Year 1. I hope you enjoyed listening to me read the story, The Streets Beneath My Feet. Mrs. Reed and I are just going to explain today's task to you.
So what myself and Miss McGee have done is we looked through that book and there were quite a few words that were new words or words we hadn't heard for a long time, and we just wanted to refresh ourselves with the meanings of those words. So we've made a little chart here of those words. There's quite a few on there and they're quite long, tricky words. And then we decided to put those words into a glossary. So a glossary, remember, we asked you to create one last week, and a glossary is the words in alphabetical order. So here we can see that my word here starts with a B and then an F and a G and an L. So they're in alphabetical order. And it just gives a little description of each word we were trying to find out. So we're just going to run through a couple of those with you now. So the first word that we looked up was burrow. So we did a little bit of research and we found out what a burrow is.
And we now know that a burrow is a hole or a tunnel dug by a small animal.
Then we had the word fertile.
And this means producing new living things.
Granite,
which we now know is a very hard rock.
Limestone,
another type of rock.
Magma,
which now we know is a hot fluid.
Microorganism,
which is a type of virus or bacteria.
We had sedimentary rock,
another type of rock.
Sewer,
something that's underground that drains water.
Soil,
the upper layer of earth which plants grow.
And stalagmites,
a mound in a cave made by dripping water and salt.
Okay, so we're going to have a look here. This is part of our story. This is the beginning of our story. And in the beginning of the story, the author talks about walking along the streets in the city, what she can see and what she can hear. So what she's got here is that she is walking along the city streets. There's always so much to see and hear. She hears the cars and buses roaring past and beeping loudly. She hears people chattering. So what we would like you to do now is we would like you to pause the video, and with your adult, we would like you to think about and to answer this question. What do we hear as we walk along the streets? What do you hear when you're outside and you're walking along the streets? And then here we've got where we are underground. So we are going underground. So it's not what we can see. We can't see underground. So we would like you to have a good think about what you might find there. So what we've got here, we've got the question, what did you find in the soil when you dig in forest school? So what do you find in the soil when you dig in forest school? We'd like you to answer that, please.
When you have answered those questions and told an adult at home, we are then going to ask you to pause the video and think about some more questions. So I'm just going to read a small section of the book. Millions of tiny things called microorganisms are also in the soil. They help to break down dead creatures and plants. Tasty. Now go a little lower and you'll be in the sewer. Hold your nose. This is where the wastewater ends up when it goes down the plug hole or you flush the toilet. We would like you to pause the video there, but think about these questions and answer them in a full sentence. What is living in the soil? When you go a little lower, where will you be? And lastly, why might there be rats running around? Now the answers to those questions are in this part of the text, so make sure you think carefully.
Okay, Now, we set you a task last week to write a glossary, but myself and Miss McGee, we gave you the words last week. So what we'd like you to do today is we'd like you to go back through the story and to pick any words you still don't understand. There's a lot of long words in there that are quite tricky. So if you have a look, and then we want you to fill in the chart. So you're going to write your word here, and then you're going to write the definition there. And remember, the glossary is in alphabetical order.
When you have done that, we have some more questions that we would like you to answer. We have who, what, when, where and why. When you have answered those questions that are here, remember answering in a full sentence. I would then like you to move on to the proving question, which is a convince me. Convince me and Mrs. Reed that we both do not want to go down into the sewer. Why should me and Mrs. Reed not go underground to the sewer? Convince us both. Remember to send in all your work via Castojo. Good luck, Year 1.